Shout out High Boy, he's back with Megamind. Let's go.
Welcome to Megamind, who's narrating his own life story as he falls to his death, who starts like this, with him escaping Megamind Krypton as a baby because it is getting sucked into a black hole, and Metro Man escaping his planet, which is a neighboring planet that is also getting sucked into a black hole. And as they travel through space, Megamind ping-pongs off of asteroids, and they eventually get to Earth. Metro Man basically takes his place to live with ultra-rich souls, and Megamind bounces across the city to land in a prison to get raised by inmates. I'm going to excuse all the probable concussions and possible fatal injuries he should have suffered by slamming into space rocks and planet Earth by virtue of him being an alien that probably has a higher tolerance to that type of shit than humans. But how do you get away with raising a child in jail? How does no one notice there is a baby in their prison? Also later, when they do find out that there is a baby in their prison, they don't take him out of there. It's why wouldn't you take it out of there? Is it because the inmates found him to be evil? It's a what? Doesn't matter. As mentioned, the inmates teach him to be evil, and with his superior intellect and his trusty dusty companion Minion, the fish that is in a sphere of water, tasked by his parents to protect him at all costs, although he is more likely to just be a pet that can talk, that they gave him to keep him company. Anyway, with all that, he keeps inventing objects of mayhem. Then the prison sends him off to a nearby shul that's right next to the prison. What great city planning.
Oh, he says shul. School.
That is to put a school right next to a prison. He again meets Metro Man flexing his superpowers and making friends, being Mr. Popular with all the plebeians. And when he tries to do the same, gain favor and make friends with all the other brainlet kids, it always ends up in disaster and them hating him and bullying him. So he kept making smart guy stuff, learning how to dehydrate shit into cubes and rehydrate them back, and protecting himself from bullies with his new inventions. Till he got sick of being treated like shit and was like, I guess I'm the bad guy, and makes mustard gas. Then Metro Boy takes off with the school and they begin a lifelong villain superhero rivalry. I said it correctly.
Damn.
Where he would lose every single time and get thrown back into jail. Fast forward to now, though, the city is opening a Metro Man museum while Megamind's in jail, tricking the warden into putting on a watch that disguises the wearer into something else using holograms or some movie science garbage. The warden mocks him over his 86 life sentences, then walks around prison, having the watch disguise him as Megamind, so the guards beat him up and put him into Megamind's cell, where Megamind is waiting for them, taking the watch, walking out, trapping them in there, disguised as the warden. Meanwhile, Minion, who now has a mecha gorilla suit, kidnapped Roxanne Richie the Bitchy, who they always kidnappy to fucky with Metro Man. Runs over some people on his way to pick him up from prison with the invisible car they have. They get to their evil lair and he slips into something a little bit more evil to do some evil, villainy, scary shit to Roxanne, I guess. But she's seen it all before because they've done it so many times and she is unimpressed by everything. Now back to Metro Man. He's doing his grand opening speech thingy, juggling.
This man corny, bro.
He is unimpressed by everything. Now back.
This man, he's so corny to me, bro.
To Metro Man. He's doing his grand opening speech thingy, juggling some babies, doing some crap on water while he gives a speech. Then a dark, evil Megamind creation ascends and descends dark, evil Megamind clouds onto them, and brainbots come out to project a Zoom meeting on the white walls they have on either side of Metro Man's statue for Metro Man to talk to Megamind, and he's like, oh, it's Megamind. I should have known you were behind this thing, Agent. Back and forth banter. Roxanne docks his location, which is the abandoned observatory, so Subway Dude flies up into the air to spot it and go for it. Makes his way over there while he's being filmed somehow by Megamind. Either he has an invisible brainbot following him all along the way, or he has made strides in camera zoom technology.
We got cameras everywhere,
when
bro.
They talk to each other on the screens like they're having little Zoom meetings. They look directly at the screen as if they're talking to each other, but that shouldn't be the case. They should be looking to a camera, right? So they achieve that effect of looking directly at one another, right? Doesn't matter. He bursts into the open dome of the
every movie does that. I feel like cartoons as well.
That nobody's in there, and once he's in there, he gets trapped by Megamind because he's not in a real one. He's in the fake observatory. They have some more villain versus superhero banter speak until Megamind gives the order to fire his death ray, which harnesses the whole power of the sun onto Metro Man, except that death ray is warming up and he's like,
warming up! The sun is warming up! I told you to have things ready. I told you countless times. Blame me.
Yeah, why are you blaming him? You're the dipshit that somehow built something that weaponizes the instantaneous power of the sun and needs to warm up. Anyway,
they can't take accountability, bro.
Roxy mocks their shitty plans and he decides to leave because his plan is obviously busted, but then he notices that Metro Man is struggling to get out of the dome of the abandoned observatory while cursing in the most PG way, like, dang nabbit jiggly puff nuggets. So Megamind is like, dude, it's fine, just let the slurs fly. No one actually cares except for virtue signaling white people. But then Metro Man says that this dome is obviously lined with copper, and he says that copper drains his powers. And Megamind's like, wait, copper what? And while he struggles to leave, the death ray finally warms up and hits him, obliterates him completely, sending his skeleton flying at them still wearing his cape. Now a skeleton could have been made by hardened vibranium DNA infused with alien rock hard diamond cock molecules that makes it impervious to even the whole power of the sun. So I'm gonna let that pass. But his cape should have been turned into dust. So Megamind thinking that he won and actually killed Metro Man is absolutely insane for a guy that's smart, but he's kind of dense, funny.
Hold on, I gotta look it up because I keep thinking about it. Didn't they make a second one? No, it's just one. Why the fuck was I thinking that they made a second one, bro? Damn, 2010. Hey, they should drop another one, bro. It's been some years.
smart, so I'm gonna let it pass. So he's finally won against Metro Man. After all these years, everyone is in disbelief, including himself. The minions start celebrating and making their way over to the town hall, I think. That is protected by cops who are armed to the teeth and put their guns down at first request by Megamind. Why the fuck would you do that? You have a shot on him, a good shot, multiple good shots. Just take any of them, dumbasses.
Whoa.
Request by Megamind. Why the fuck would you do that? You have a shot on him.
Those are his lasers? Damn, look at that shit, bro.
A good shot, multiple good shots. Just take any of them, dumbasses. Maybe they thought it would be futile because he probably has something up his sleeve. So, I don't know, whatever. He walks past them and he gives a speech to the press like, we gonna do evil stuff. We're gonna fuck you in the ass and beat your cock. Later, BRB. They get into the mayor's office and he's like,
and what's this?
Oh, that, sir, is called a window.
fuck off, dude. You know what a window is. You have a bunch of them in your evil lair. And you had a car. And you went to shul. And they all had windows. Shut up. Anyway, after running around rampant in the city, doing whatever the fuck he wants with no one to stop him, he got bored and had an existential crisis, misses Metro Man. And after Roxy finishes a live broadcast in front of Metro Man Museum and shuts down her incel thirsty boy cameraman, Hal, played by Jehovah's Witness, forgot his name, who said that he rented a bouncy house back at his place just for them to have fun. Lies. Played by Jehovah's Witness, forgot his name, who said that he rented a bouncy house back at his place just for them to have fun. Lies. Blatant lies, I tell you. I've seen your place, Hal. I know how small it is. No way you found a bouncy house small enough to put in there. Anyway, Megamind and Roxy both go to contemplate in the museum. How did they not run into each other at all before getting to the top? Last I checked, he was way the hell over there across the artificial pond or whatever in the town hall. Did he use the brain boss to fly him over there? Did he use the invisible car? Still, he had to get out of the visible car. And where did he park it? Did he park it behind the museum? Doesn't matter. They do eventually run into each other because she heard him cry about how he misses Metro Man before starting a 3-minute timer to blow up the place. He notices her, and so she doesn't notice him in his evil PJs. He scans Bernard, the know-it-all asshole nerd in charge of the museum. Cube dehydrates him, which leaves his glasses and his phone. And again, I ask, why only those things and not his wallet as well, for example? The rules of these getting vaporized by a space ray or whatever in movies are always so murky and loosey-goosey. Anyway, he disguises himself as Bernard, and Roxy finally sees him like, oh, Bernard, it's just you. They had a few interactions before that, so she knows who he is. Anyway, they go down the elevator together. Megafuck cries some more about how he misses Metro Man, and she tries to cheer him up by saying that heroes aren't born, they're made, inadvertently giving him the idea to create another superhero using Metro Man's DNA. The more I look at this museum, the more I see just Megamind's inventions. So is it really a Metro Man museum? Think about that. Anyway, he sends her off in a taxi before the place explodes, which is a thing she definitely noticed, and then goes back to his evil lair and tells Minayon about his evil plan to make a new superhero using Metro Man's DNA that he will train to fight him so everything goes back to normal and everything is rosy-dozy. And for the DNA, he's gonna use some of Metro Man's dandruff. It's a good thing he didn't try to take a DNA sample from Metro Man's fucking skeleton, because then he'd find out that it's made out of plastic or whatever it's made out of and figure out that he ain't dead. But enough plot hole poking in this specific point. Many think that this is a really bad idea, but too late. Megamind's mind is already mega set on it, and he made a DNA thing and a gun to inject someone he thinks is worthy with Metro Man's power. And just then Roxy calls Bernard's phone, which if you remember is on Megamind, and he responds as
little
Bernard.
flip phone boy, like, that boost.
Last night I went out and found Megamind's evil lair. You did what now? It's the only place with a fake observatory on it, so it wasn't that hard to find. And then she finds the secret entrance thanks to Minion being a dipshit. So he switches into Bernie and finds her, tells her that he was just formal speed walking by, that's why he was here so fast. And keeps trying to lead Roxy out, but she's a nosy bitch and keeps trying to report her, snoop around, and find shit out when she finds the make me into superhero injection gun. So he keeps switching between Megamind and Bernard to try and take it away from her, when they finally end up fighting over it and shooting it into a pipe in the wall that ping pongs the superhero bullet out into Snotty Boy's face. And they're like, who the hell's that? And look at him through all the monitors that are broadcasting only one single security camera. How stupid is that? Megadude then saves Roxy as Bernie from Disco Alligators. They get out, and Hal is hella jelly that Roxy's showing signs of interest and affection towards Bernard, and Megamind confuses this hostility with bravery. They dilly-dally around a bit before she leaves, which is dumb because as far as she knows, Megamind could still be in there and trying to come out and kill her, or kidnap her or do whatever. So after she drops Hal off at his place, where Megamind and Minion are already there, observing him through the Invisicar, Minion wants to defuse the dude of his powers, but Mega Retard is against that, thinking that Lamo Hal is the perfect guy for the job. So they ram into his apartment and knock him out, then they disguise themselves as Midget Jay Leno with a lisp and the Mecha Fish Monkey Space Mom. I don't know why I didn't do that before they came in, but whatever. Hal has a glow up and transforms into Super Hal, and Megamind's like, I'm your space dad, I'm the superpowers, I'm gonna teach you how to use them to fight Megamind. And the dude launches out of his house in excitement, and they start training him in a montage, while Megamind in the form of Bernie keeps hanging out with Roxy and going on dates with her. And one time before going on a date, he tells Minion that he's going to run some errands, and Minion's like, wait a minute, you have no life other than this. What errands are you running? You're going out on a date with Roxanne, bitchy, aren't you? What? Don't be ridiculous, Minion. He does not approve of him doing that because they're supposed to be evil and shit, right? So they keep fighting over the invisible car keys until Megamind tells him that he doesn't need him anymore. So he throws him the keys back, packs his shit, and leaves on the evil Segway.
Nah, see, all that for some puh. L-mans. Alright? L fucking mans. And you're not even yourself with her. That's guysy. 2 L's for you, buddy.
Megamind tells him that he doesn't need him anymore, so he throws him the keys back, packs his shit, and leaves on the evil segue. Friendship with Mudassir ended. Meanwhile, Roxy was trying to piece together clues to figure out what Megamind's plan is when Titan shows up. It's Hal, and his new superhero name and his new superhero form. He now thinks he can bang her because he's a superhero, so he drops her a couple times to save her or whatever, then yeets her above a building. And am I right in thinking that accelerating her body that fast would squish all her internal organs into pancakes and kill her? Doesn't matter. She's like, put me down, so he puts her up on the tallest building in the city, and she breaks it to him that they're never gonna be a thing because she's just not interested in him.
No.
And then
Baby, bad timing. Don't hurt his heart right now, bro. You're too high.
Might be a part of Megamind's evil plan. And he does the classic nice guy shtick, like, what the hell? You should be with me. I'm amazing. Look at me. What's wrong with you? Then leaves her there. She somehow gets down and makes it to the date with Mega Bernie. She explains to him in a high degree of accuracy what she thinks Megamind's, aka his plan is. So he steers the conversation away from that back to date stuff so they can have some fun, which Hal sees. And eventually they kiss, and she accidentally fucks with his watch, revealing his big-headed bluiness. So she douses him in water because what the fuck? How dare you do this to me? And walks away in the rainy streets with all the trash. He rehydrated considerably slower than Minion did in the beginning of the movie, and he shows up in the visit car, trying to argue his case on why he should get some ass. Then she finds out that he wasn't tricking her into liking him for some evil plan or anything. He actually had fifis for her, and she's like, do you really think I would ever be with you? Shattering Baldy Blue's tiny little...
Hey, baby, sometimes, you know, the unexpected is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Give gang a chance. You feel me? He take real good care of you too, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Had fifis for
Come
her.
on.
She's like, do you really think I would ever be with you? Shattering Baldy Blue's tiny little evil heart. And they walk away, indeed leaving his car, which turns out to be a good thing later on. Then he decides to get back to his evil plans, dresses up, and gets into a mech suit to go fight Titan. Marches over to City Hall, expecting a showdown, but Titan never shows up. So he marches over to Hal's apartment, and when he gets there, he shoves his hand through the hole that Hal made when he first got his powers and he was excited, revealing a major inconsistency. Observe. Here is the hole Hal made, but Mega Blue goes to the side of the building to shove his hand through a different hole. Bullshit. Anyway, he's like, why'd you keep me waiting, asshole? Then notices that Snotty Boy went bad and stole a bunch of shit.
Damn.
Different hole. Bullshit. Anyway, he's like, why'd you keep me waiting, asshole? Then notices that Snotty Boy went...
Nah, this man hit a lick, boy. Oh no.
Bad and stole a bunch of shit, and tells him that he only took the gig to get the girl, but she likes some other dude instead, and tells him that he wants to team up with him and be an evil duo. But he's like, no, this is not why I created you. You're crazy. Space Dad told me. Look, I'm your Space Dad, dumbass. I'm also the intellectual lead fucking Roxy. And that makes Hal sufficiently mad to go fight him. So they do that. Megamind gets his fix and plays hide and seek with him, then sword fights with him.
Should've controlled him first.
Hal penetrates him through an entire building before he actually gets a hold of him, and Megamind realizes that he's not gonna take him to jail, but he's gonna kill him. So he hits the panic button on the suit, which shoots him out of the mech's ass. Brainbots show up to fly him out of there through an exploding tunnel, and he calls in for the failsafe, which encapsulates Hal into a ball of copper, which is Metro Man's weakness, therefore also his weakness. But it turns out that it's not actually his weakness, because Titan busts out of it and then throws it at him, but Megamind escapes into the Metro
remember
system,
this shit.
and people...
Bro, last time I saw this was deadass back in like 2012, bro. No cap.
Come to
I remember that
Titan
scene.
praising him for freeing them from Megamind's rule, but he's like, I wouldn't say freed, more like under new management. I have a few notes about this past sequence. First off, the success of Megamind's mech suit emergency exit completely relies on the suit ending up ass up in doggy style position, or at least having its ass path completely cleared out for him. Two off. Huh? No. Second off, this oil tanker or transport truck, gasoline transport truck, whatever, veered off completely unprompted by anything on its own fruition. Why the hell did it do that? Doesn't matter. Megamind goes over to Roxy's apartment and begs her to be let in, so she does, and he explains to her what happened and tells her that they need to find a new weakness for Titan, and if she has any idea if Metro Man had a secret layer or something that they can go to and find clues for that, then that would help greatly. So they go to the only place she knows that fits the description. On the way, he discusses how he left the gun that diffuses his powers in the invisible car, which he misplaced the night they broke up. Here's the thought: make another one, dumbass. Aren't you an evil genius? Matter of fact, why didn't you inject yourself with powers yourself, you retard? Doesn't matter. They get to Metro Man's hideout, which is their old shul, and get in very easily because it has very bad security, and find a cold glass of water and a very much alive Metro Man. He's like, surprise, and explains to them that while at the observatory that day, he had his own existential crisis, so he stopped time using his super speed and went on a soul-searching adventure reading self-help books and shit till he came up with the brilliant idea to fake his own death to quit the superhero life and become a musician. So when the death ray hit, he went and got a prop skeleton and threw it at them to convince them that he died. Why didn't you use your super speed to avoid them noticing, you idiot? Whatever. Roxy is mad as fuck at him because even now with Titan wreaking havoc all over the city, he doesn't want to come back and instead gives a few words of inspiration to Megamind, which does not work because he turns himself in and bows out of the situation, goes to the prison. So Roxanne goes over to the city that Hal is destroying to try and talk some sense into him, but achieves nothing nothing and instead gets strapped onto the building that he distraught while transmitting a message to Megamind taunting him to come over using Roxy as bait. Megamind sees Roxanne's call for help in his jail cell, and you know how it is. There's nothing like a damsel in distress to motivate you to save a whole city and risk your fucking life. So he asked the warden to let him out, apologizing for all the bad shit he did, letting out some heartfelt words towards everyone, including Minion, which Minion hears because Minion is there disguised as the warden and accepts his apology, lets him out. And we cut to Hal releasing a timely statement to Roxy that aged like fine wine.
There is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Queen of England.
Megamind shows up in style, showing him how supervillainy is done right. Then battle commences, and he slows Titan down with the brain bots while he frees Roxanne from the falling building, but only long enough for Titan to yeet the whole building at them, and instead of going left or right or up or any other direction than forward, Megamind keeps going straight with the building that cannot physically turn. So he throws Roxanne onto store umbrella shade things to cushion her fall and protect her while his hover bike gets destroyed and he ends up at a fountain incapacitated. Titan shows up and goes to kill Roxy as he's running over to Megamind to help him, but then Metro Man shows up and chases him off. How did he push the bus at her from the glass? Shouldn't the glass break and the bus stay stationary? Because the glass is bulletproof. That kick doesn't matter. Roxy tends to Megamind, who turns out to be Minion, telling her that Megamind is the one that's actually up there disguised as Metro Man. One question does arise though. Does the watch also alter the mass and physicality or dimensions of the disguiser, whatever? Because how the fuck did she touch his cheek like that without cutting herself on the glass of the broken like water container or whatever? Or wrap her arms around him when they were riding the bike? That doesn't make any sense at all. Whatever. Megamind is up there as Metro Man, messing with Titan.
Getting technical.
Him and tells him never to come back to Metrocity. Metro Man comes down to Roxanne, who knows Megamind just trolling, so she turns him back to Megamind using the watch. Everybody's surprised. Then Titan comes back because Megamind called Metro City Metrocity, and only one person calls Metro City Metrocity. It's Megamind, so he put two and two together and come back. Even Sonny Boy the retard can figure that out. Megamind tries to defend, but he a weak mofo, so Titan slaps him around a bit. Then Roxy notices the Invisicar and hints Megamind towards it, so after he gets thrown over to it, he jumps into it, gets to the gun and flips it to defuse, and it starts warming up, and he's like,
Minion, if I live, I will kill you.
again, this is your design, stop blaming him. Also, if I recall correctly, when Minion flicked it to defuse to immediately suck up the powers from Hal, it required no warming up at all. Was it already warm from the injecting, or what? Because I doubt that's how it works. Anyway, Titan rips him out with the door and yeets him into the sky. Now we finally come full circle with how the movie started. He dehydrates cubes himself, while Titan is about to kill Roxy in the fountain, drops in the water as a cube pops out as a blue alien, gun lands in hand, warmed up, so he shoves it up Titan's nose and slurp-derps his powers away. He wins and drops Minion in some water, gets the girl, he's the good guy now.
Put that
and gets
shit in his
own
mouth,
museum with
boy.
all his crimes pardoned, I guess, with Hal in his jail cell instead of him. Also, in an after-credit scene, Bernard rehydrates in their evil washing machine with glasses on, which if you remember how they didn't get dehydrated, that shouldn't be the case. But anyway, this movie gets 13 blue iPod Nanos out of 7 pink iPod Shuffles.
Yeah, no. My boy speaks fast, bro. He probably drink a gallon of water before he records. And then another gallon after, you know what I'm saying, to catch his breath and shit. This man could short my lifespan at will if he chose to explain it. Facts. I love how dumb his explanations are, but I understand it most. It's pretty iconic that the prisoners treat Megamind better than his classmates or teacher. You know? Fun fact, Roxanne wears progressively bluer clothes throughout the movie. And at the end, she is wearing all blue. Exactly the end. This is exactly the kind of video I was mindlessly scrolling my life away looking for. Yeah, bro, they should def make a Megamind 2, bro, because it's been 13 years already, bro. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Let me know what you guys thought. That's my reaction. If you enjoyed, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't. And I'm out.